Welcome to Access Sportsnet. Dodgers brought to you by Mercury Insurance. John Hartung, Jerry Hairston Jr., Nomar Garcia part. What a gritty, gutty win by the Dodgers there in San Diego tonight as their 15th come-from-behind win. Freddie Freeman's bat woke up in a big way with a pair of home runs. And, boy, they just battled all night, Jerry. It didn't look good there for a time. And they get to Mason Miller, the best closer in all of baseball this year. Push one across in the ninth inning. A lot of heroes.
A lot of heroes. Freddie Freeman, outstanding night, multi-homer game. I love the at-bats against Mason Miller. Max Muncy, outstanding job, working a walk. I love that they saved their challenge to the end. He gets on base. How about AGC? Alex Gamer Call. I mean, the presence of mind. You know, I'm going to get off base, okay, and I'm going to force a throw. Why steal second? Well, I can have Mason Miller throw it down the right field line and go all the way to third with less than 2 outs.
He's playing chess.
That's exactly what Alex Call was doing. Well done.
They're very fortunate there that there was an error right there and then end the inning right there. But at the same time, I'll tell you, this was fun. It was a fun game, just all around, battling back and forth. And what I really liked from the Dodgers, aside, first of all, the pitching, the bullpen, unbelievable. Yes. Well done once again, coming in, doing the job, allowing the offense to come back and get this come-from-behind win once again. But they had productive outs today. There were some situations. I know there was Mookie Betts a couple of times. That first inning, then later on, Hae-Sung Kim as well. And they ended up scoring. You had that, you know, just ground ball to second that Shohei ended up getting the RBI. So there were a few of these just at-bats that were situational hitting that came through. When you start, if you have quality at-bats like that all the time, good things happen. Good things happen to them today.
Including Andy Pages, the game-winning sacrifice fly. Just battled and delivered to get the Dodgers a 5-4 win. Let's go back to San Diego. Freddie Freeman standing by with Kirsten Watson.
Freddie, before we get into the offense, let's just talk about this bullpen. Coming into this, it felt like all the talks on the Padres bullpen. Yes, they're excellent, but the Dodgers bullpen, what did you see from your guys tonight?
I mean, just zeros all across the board today. A couple of mistakes from Emmett in the home runs, but overall, I thought he still pitched pretty well. But our bullpen, Edgardo, man, just he's been awesome in the middle innings, and then Tanner was great. You know, Will, Blake, everyone. It was just a great group effort tonight.
It was, of course, a way you guys had to find something to break through, especially against Mason Miller. When you're watching an at-bat like Andy Paz, what he was able to do, 9 pitches, fouling them off. I mean, what is, just as a fan of this game, as a teammate, what were you seeing in that at-bat from Andy?
I said it in the dugout after it was done. I said that's one of the most incredible at-bats I've ever seen in person. I hope people break that one down. Hitting 95 is hard. Hitting 100 is even harder. Hitting 102 is probably the hardest thing to do. And he was spoiling pitches, sliders, heaters. Felt like he was on everything. I don't know if there's enough words to really describe that at bat. It's one of the greatest at bats I've seen.
I know that for you personally, you've been kind of looking for the right feeling at the plate. But for you to give your team 2 home runs tonight, just putting your guys in a position, even to battle back late in this game, what were you seeing at the plate, and how are you feeling right now at the plate?
I felt better today. I did a little swing thing right before the game, trying to swing up to try and stop the cut swing, and you know I had some instant results, so we'll take that into tomorrow.
Are these the kind of games you've just come to accept when you see these two teams coming together right now?
Yeah, it's going to be close every game. It's a great pitching staffs on both sides, good baseball teams. It's going to be a good baseball game, and you know, back-to-back games of really good games, and thankfully we came out on this one.
A big win tonight, Freddie. Feel better? Thank you so much.
No, thank you, Kirsten.
Well, we were saying on the pregame show, you know what would make Freddie Freeman happy and make him smile? Maybe 2 or 3 hits, and I didn't know he was going to go out and hit 2 bombs no more like he did in this game tonight, snapping that 0-for-16 stretch.
Yeah, but I think what really made him smile was the win. I mean, I think the way they won today, the way just it was a team effort, but I think it also does help when you're able to contribute too, and that's what he did. Obviously, in that very first inning, to be able to get that ball in the inner half and drive that ball out of the ballpark, which was really impressive when he hits that ball and going the other way. But getting 2 home runs, which is such a nice thing. So, you know, for Freddie, you know what? He has 2 home runs, but I guarantee you the one he's thinking about is when he struck out, when Mookie Betts did an excellent job moving him over there in that 8th inning. I know that one's he's still thinking about. Nonetheless, hopefully when he scratches that aside, they won, he goes back and says, okay, I really like these swings that I had, and hopefully it's something to build on, and this will continue.
I love that he stayed on this change. Earl did an outstanding job during the game along with Joe Davis, kind of setting that up. I know Freddie, if he throws me that pitch one more time in this at bat, I'm going to be all over it. He gets the changeup center spot, and he drives the ball out of the ballpark. Great night. And it's good to see Freddie's dad, was in attendance. It's always good to go back to your first ever hitting coach, a guy who has seen you since day one. I know they've had a conversation, and it's good to see that Freddie's dad was there. And really, it's not a coincidence that Freddie was locked in tonight. So great to see Freddie swing that bat.
We also talked on the pregame show, Jerry, about facing a guy like Mason Miller, and both you and Nomar said you got to be able to manufacture runs. You got to find a way. And in that ninth inning, you have Max Muncy, really good at bat for him. He's able to draw the walk because he challenged the strike 3 call. And then from there, the Dodgers put something together.
Great at bat by Max Muncy. Outstanding job challenging. You got to keep in mind, he threw 20-plus pitches last night. So now he's pitching on back-to-back nights. Hopefully, we're able to get to him right here. Max Muncy drawing the walk. And then how about Alex Call? Just understanding the situation and understanding, hey, if I get off a little lead, you can kind of entice a bad throw. He does just that. He's at third base, less than 2 outs. That's better than a stolen base. And Pahes, incredible at bat, fouling pitch after pitch, slider, nasty slider, 101, 102, getting the sacrifice fly to get in Alex Call. Alex Call, he was blocking the plate a little bit.
Yeah.
He could have been called for blocking the plate. Alex Call, a little shimmy. I'm going to do it again. A little shimmy, get that foot around to touch the plate. Dodgers win the ball game.
Yeah, at the end there probably could have been 2 challenges. Had they, say, tagged him out, let's say that would happen, then you would have had Dave Roberts have to come out and say, okay, we're going to challenge the fact that he was blocking the plate because they were doing that. But nonetheless, it was a good slide to get the foot in there. But, you know, the way they manufactured that at the end, and that at-bat by Andy Pahes, it was tremendous. Max Muncy's at-bat to get the walk, but Andy Pahes to really just get that sacrifice fly was impressive.
Nomar, you touched on it earlier. When you do the little things, we've seen it so many times, the game is going to reward it. Mookie Betts, on 2 occasions, moved the runner over. Kim moved the runner over. Doing the little things, they add up. And great job. And then we're going to go to Pahes at bat in the 9th inning against Miller. You have Call on third base. You need to get a ball in the air. It's tough to do that against Miller. This kid, fastball up in the zone, great use of the top hand, getting out there. Tatis has a really good arm, fires it, and gets cut off, relay to home plate, and Alex Call just beats the throw and tag, able to get that left foot in. Great call by the home plate umpire on top of it. And guess what? The Padres had to review this play. You got to do it just to pray that he's called out, but it was confirmed that he was safe. Just great baseball by the Dodgers. We saw it in the postseason last year in the World Series. The team that does the little things, more times than not, are going to win these type of ball games. This one-run ball game, Dodgers did a little bit more than the Padres tonight.
And those little things you just can't turn on all of a sudden in the postseason and just say, oh, now we're going to start doing the little things. Like, this is something you have to continue to develop. It's a mindset that you want to carry throughout the year, and then it carries you into the postseason. So even in the postseason, it seems like, hey, this is just something we do throughout the year that helps us win, and the reason why we're winning. So today was one of those days.
First 2 games of the series, exactly what I think everybody expected. A couple of nail-biters, a lot of drama down there in San Diego. Dodgers bounce back and win tonight 5-4. Let's head back to the booth, check in one final time with Joe Davis and Oral Hershiser.
Well, last night's game was awesome, but in a losing effort. Tonight's game took a bit to get going. It was just as good by the end, and the Dodgers come out on the right end of this one.
Yeah, it gets started with Freddie's home run, and he ends up hitting 2. They end up getting it tied, and then all of a sudden, it's like it all breaks loose and all the excitement is there. But you don't have any of that excitement without the great bullpen work. It was fantastic that these guys continue to stay on a roll.
5 scoreless innings for the Pen. That's 7 straight games where they've not given up a run. And then that 9th inning against Mason Miller, who hadn't lost a game in more than a year. Pahes, with an amazing at-bat, gets the sacrifice fly, but the things that led up to it also, wow.
Yeah, Alex Call getting picked off, but he throws it away. All of a sudden, you got a sac fly from Pahes, and it was ridiculous. It was a really, really good game. Exciting things all over the place with Ohtani staying hot, Freddie Freeman getting hot, Pahes getting the job done, Alex Call crashing into home and scoring the run. And now you got the best pitcher on the planet going tomorrow.
Baseball. Yeah. It's great. Ohtani tomorrow for the Dodgers looking for a series win.
Thanks, guys. Here's what's coming up on the calendar. Shohei, that's the greatest pitcher on the planet they were talking about. He will be on the mound for tomorrow's series finale in San Diego at 5:30. Dodgers are off Thursday before heading to Milwaukee for an NLCS rematch this weekend against the Brewers. Next Monday, the Dodgers welcome the Rockies to town for 3 games. Saturday's game will be on Fox. All others right here on Sportsnet LA. That Alex Call pickoff/errant throw by Mason Miller, one of the big key plays in that 9th inning. Dodgers win it 5-4. Plenty of reaction coming up.
Take advantage of that miscue. Yep. Nice slide by call there at the end to get that foot in.
How can you get picked off when you're not picked off? They got to tag you out. He forced them to make a play. They didn't make that play.
They definitely did not make the play, even if he was picked off.
But he was picked off.
Let's go back to San Diego and hear from Emmett Sheehan with Kirsten and the media.
Well, Emmett, before we talk about you, just this bullpen. I mean, I feel like coming into the series, there's so much talk about the Padres bullpen, but to see your guys battle just back and forth, well, how do you describe just kind of what they were able to do to close out this game?
Yeah, it was unreal. Obviously, you know, as a starting pitcher, your job's to get through 6+ innings, but to have them behind me and to pick me up like that, it was awesome.
How did you find just navigating this one for yourself?
Yeah, not great. Not a ton of positives to take from it personally. I think, you know, just leave my fastball down the middle way too much. Not really competitive with 2 strikes either, and then, yeah, just not making very good pitches.
Your start being done after 4 innings, just kind of the stress of those 4 innings, rather than anything going on with you.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're just barreling me, and I think that when that happens, you know, they're going to want to look for another option probably, which is understandable. I felt good going in, felt good through that, all healthy. So, yeah, just move on to the next one.
All right, so Emmett Sheehan not particularly thrilled with his performance, allowing 4 runs in his 4 innings. But, Jerry, you got to give it to the Dodgers bullpen because they followed him up. They picked him up with 5 shutout innings. They allowed just 1 hit over those 5 innings.
I appreciate the honesty from Emmett Sheehan, but really, back to the bullpen, they have been awesome. I know coming to this series, and listen, rightfully so, the Padres have a dominant bullpen. They're off to a great start. But right on their heels, in my opinion, the Dodger bullpen, they have done a great job. And really, if there was an MVP right now, it'll be this rotation and this bullpen. Outstanding job. 0 runs in 5 innings pitched. How about Tanner Scott? Coming in, outstanding job pumping strikes, getting key outs, and Klein. No other situation is going to be as, I guess, tight as it was in that 18-inning game. We had to come in and throw 4 incredible innings. So him coming in and closing the door as a closer, dude, I can do that just fine. I can get 3 outs. He goes in there, trusting his stuff, close out the game.
I mean, that is a good point. You're right. I mean, after what he experienced in the postseason, to be able to close that was no problem. And he has the stuff, and he was able to do it. But really, you know, at one point, and they may still be leading MLB and come from behind wins the Dodgers. I haven't looked at the latest scores and see how that all tallies. But at the same time, when we mentioned when they were at the top and come from behind wins, a lot of it's because of the bullpen. The bullpen keeping them in games so the offense can eventually come back and do that. And the bullpen, once again, did it again today. It was outstanding by each and every guy coming out of there and getting the job done.
Tonight was win number 30 on the season for the Dodgers. 15 of those, half of them have been come from behind wins. Will Klein gets his first career save. Andy Pages with one of the at-bats of the year. The go-ahead sacrifice fly in the top of the 9th inning. We've got more reaction coming your way. Dodgers beat the Show Pods 5-4.